then go sit down because it's supposed to start.
Bye, Mr. Ed. You were so funny yesterday. Buses! I was trying.
I was trying.
So the scarf is supposed to be worn like any normal scarf would be. Like, it's not a. It's scout straight jacket. That's what I've seen for the last like 2 years of being here. What did that start?
I think it looks nice if it's not like weird, if it's on the shoulders. Thank you so much. Actually, yes, one more. Yes.
And I know me and Jacobs needed one. I don't know if you see her anymore. Thank you.
So you're over here. Otherwise, we're going to knock each other over. We're trying to get to. Good morning, everyone. All right, class of 2024, here we go. So good morning and welcome to the Blue-Gray Alumni Induction Brunch. Right, a little noise, exactly, a little noise. I would first like to invite David Slavchev to offer a blessing. David?
Good morning. This morning's prayer is adopted from a prayer by Reverend Dr. Boyd Edwards, head of school at the Hill from 1922 to 1928. He was appointed head of school in 1922, less than 2 years after the Hill School was sold by the Meggs family to the alumni. Please prepare yourself for grace. We gather this morning, O God, with thanksgiving for the service and leadership of the class of 2024. We give thanks for the opportunities for growth and sympathy, patience, wisdom, and character in the joys and challenges we have faced. Wherever we journey, may something we have spoken or lived here upon the Hill abide in our hearts to bless and guide us. Finally, we ask you to bless this food to our use and us to thy service. Amen.
Thank you, David. It is my great pleasure to introduce our induction speaker this morning. I think all of you here know Tom Eccleston, Hill's Assistant Dean of School for Enrollment and Management, but I'm sure there are a few things about him you might not know, and I want to share them with you now. Mr. Eccleston is a member of Hill's class of 1987 and is a third generation in his family to work at Hill. As a student, Mr. Eccleston was a 3-sport varsity standout in football, ice hockey, and baseball, who went on to graduate from Bowdoin College, go you Bears, and later earned his master's degree from Villanova. He started his boarding school admission career at the Rectory School in Connecticut and Wilbraham Munson Academy in Massachusetts. He returned home to Hill in 2006 and served as Associate Director of Admission, Director of Financial Aid, and head boys hockey coach until 2004, when he moved to sunny Florida for 3 years to serve as Director of Admission and Financial Aid at St. Edward's School in Vero Beach. In 2007, he returned to Pottstown to lead Hill's admissions effort as Assistant Head of School for Enrollment Management. He and his wife, Heidi, Associate Dean of Students, are the proud parents of 2 Hill graduates, Tatum, class of 2019, and Tanner, class of 2021. This year is a milestone one for Mr. Eccleston as he celebrates 25 years serving on Hill's faculty. Mr. Eccleston.
Thank you, Kathleen. Good morning, everyone. Welcome, sixth formers. Congratulations on joining the Alumni Association. Welcome to my fellow alumni, and colleagues on the faculty. Sixth formers, I hope you all had fun last night at the sixth form dance. I heard it was fun. I want to make one special recognition. I invited Mr. Nelson, as you all know, is retiring after 44 years, and he's never been to one of these alumni brunches. So he's my special guest, so I wanted to acknowledge Mr. Nelson. Three weeks ago, we held our annual Board of Trustees spring meeting. As part of the 2-day meeting, we had a breakout session with trustees, sixth formers, and faculty to discuss Hillness and how would we define that word and what we think it means. Trustees, sixth formers, and faculty members all shared anecdotal stories and examples of how they would define Hillness and what it meant to them. Words like community, support, spirit, grit, integrity, academic excellence, family, hard work, warmth, and brightness were shared in that wrap-up meeting. The one word that was new to me was brightness. The older trustees remarked a few times on how there is a brightness to this community and student culture. I really like that one. What stood out to me during the wrap-up discussion was the consistency of thought and belief from everyone in the room. Whether it was an alum from the class of 1970, an alumna from the class of 2005, or a current sixth former, from the class of 2024, each example of Hillness shared in that meeting intertwined and connected the generations and classes of Hill people in that boardroom. I would describe that discussion about Hillness as oneness. We're all talking the same language, sharing the same stories, and exhibiting the same love for our great school, despite the age differences or different generational experiences we had as students here at Hill. It was fascinating to take part in that discussion. You, the class of 2024, have Hillness. You have shown grit and perseverance as you started your careers at Hill by eating every meal during your third form year in tents outside on the patio or attending chapel online with your advisor groups. You were in flocks, remember that? You have celebrated the hard work of your classmates with many victories over Elville and showcased your talents on the CFTA stage. You have marveled at the academic excellence of your classmates during classroom discussions, and you have respected their viewpoints during friendly debates in the dormitories. You have shown this community leadership, warmth, and support through our recent times of sadness. Over the last week or so, you have delivered the brightness to our last days of this school year as we celebrate you and your accomplishments. You have exhibited Hillness. You are Hillness. You have brought a oneness to this campus. Back of each, the strength of all. Thank you for that. We often hear about how Hill ties never sever. Please know that this is true and a real thing. As you get older, you will realize how important these ties will be for you. At least, I hope you do. For some context, here is my family history of Hill ties and my own personal experience with Hill ties. My personal Hill ties started when I was just 3 years old. In 1971, my grandfather first took a job here teaching history and coaching hockey on sort of a whim. He had been a decorated teacher and coach for the previous 40 years at the high school and college level. He ended up staying for 11 years and started our family legacy at Hill. Yes, the Eccleston rink is named in his honor. I wish we could say we donated the money for the rink, but we did not. I come from a long line of educators, and I'm thankful that my grandfather's journey brought him to Hill in 1971. I was fortunate to enroll at the Hill in the fall of '83 when my father was hired to replace my grandfather as a history teacher and the head hockey coach. At that time, my father had been a successful teacher and coach in Rhode Island for about 20 years. My grandfather told him, "You should take this job and bring your family down here. This is a special place." I spent 4 transformative years here before graduating in 1987. I was a biology student in Mr. Nelson's class in the fall of '83, and thank goodness he gave me a solid B- so I could move on to chemistry. I went on to graduate from Bowdoin College in 1991. After working at a few other boarding schools, I returned to the Hill in the fall of '96 to work in the admission office and take over as the head coach of the boys hockey program. Not only have 3 Tom Ecclestons worked at Hill, but have also been the head boys hockey coach. Those are pretty unique family Hill ties. This is my 25th year working at Hill, and I've been fortunate to work with so many great Hill students over the years, like Mr. and Mrs. Neese, Reverend Confer Martins, Mr. Tobkin, young Mr. Bala, I was his advisor, Mr. Hoffman, Mr. McMains, Dr. Miller, Mr. Schwartz, Mr. Page, Mr. Dewar, Mr. Chavone, and Ms. Ruane. For a long time, I have known or have been friends with other Hill alums on the faculty like Mr. Kira-Lason. He was the 6th form president during my 4th form year, Mr. Yinger, Mr. Spencer, and Dr. Pearson. I was the older Mr. Bala's hockey coach here at Hill. We are now colleagues in the admission office and good personal friends. Life comes full circle. My proudest family connection to our great school is being a Hill dad. My daughters Tatum and Tanner are recent graduates from the classes of 2019 and 21. As we recently just celebrated 25 years of coeducation, this moment is not lost on me. I was part of that coeducation conversation back in 1998. Mrs. Eck and I feel very blessed that they were able to attend Hill. People will often tell us that both our girls are very comfortable talking to adults, and we quickly remark that they learned that at the Hill, being around so many influential teachers and mentors in this community. People like Mrs. Doherty and the late Miss Hunter, 2 dear friends of mine who both advised our daughters during their time at Hill. Tatum and Tanner to this day remain very close to their Hill friends following their graduations. Their Hill ties have never severed. So what's my personal Hill ties story? I'll share this as it involves a member of your class. During the admission cycle of 2015, we had an 8th grader, a son of an alum, apply to the Hill School from Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. His dad and I were in the same class at Hill. We were friendly at Hill, but we just didn't run in the same social circles or friend groups. I always thought he was a super nice guy, and we would see each other on occasion at Hill events over the years. His son was very qualified for admission, but right before decisions came out in March, he told his parents he didn't want to leave his friends from home. So he withdrew his impressive application. Jump ahead to June that summer, and I get a voicemail from Chad Moore, my classmate from 1987. He said, "Tom, when you have a second, can you give me a call?" Chad's son, Max, approached his dad in June that summer and said, "Dad, I think I made a huge mistake pulling my application from Hill." Fortunately for Max, the Moore family, but most importantly for Hill, we still had a bed available, and we offered Max admission, and he enrolled that summer in 2015. His 3 younger siblings soon followed as Hill students, including the youngest sibling, Mason Moore, your classmate and co-president. Since then, Mrs. Eck and I have become good adult friends with Mr. and Mrs. Moore. We had dinner with them last night. We have a group chat together, and we even vacation together. Last year, 8 years after reconnecting with Mr. Moore, my father passed away, and we held his funeral services in New Hampshire. There were several Hill alums living locally in New England who came by to pay their respects to my family. I was shocked, but not surprised, when Chad Moore walked into the funeral home that morning, traveling all the way from Delaware to pay his respects. A guy I didn't really hang out with when we were students 35 years earlier. I took notice. I'll never forget that gesture by him. Hill ties never sever. In my role now as the assistant head of school for enrollment management, people always ask me, how would you describe Hill and how would you describe Hill students? For many years, I would answer the question in different ways. However, recently I've answered those questions with one word: authentic. I think Hill students are authentic. I think that our culture here at Hill is authentic. And I think our community is authentic. It's the word I used to describe Hillness at the trustee meetings 3 weeks ago. The definition of authentic is to be real and genuine. A common definition of an authentic person is living your life according to your own values and goals rather than those of other people. This is Hill. Think about what we do here. We have a lot of expectations for you as students here. We're not like other boarding schools. Our values are different. You're required to wear academic dress. You're required to attend seated meals and practice good table manners. You serve as waiters. You attend chapel twice a week and revel in the messages that your classmates deliver. You all have campus service, whether it be here in the dining room or giving tours or helping in the various offices around campus. You have strict community expectations. We expect you to treat others well. We expect you not to be on your phones as you walk across campus. We expect you to hold open doors and take your hats off inside. We have values that bond our community together. This is our authenticity. I feel very strongly that our authentic culture makes for authentic kids, you, the students. I'll always say to anyone who asks me, what do I think of Hill kids? And I'll say, our kids aren't perfect, but they are good, authentic kids. Being authentic is a good thing these days. With a lot of bad events going on in the world, it means you are genuine. It means that you are genuine, that you care about values. So here's my advice going forward to all of you as you matriculate to your next school and your life adventure continues. Surround yourself with authentic people. Over the next 5, 10, 20, 30 years, you will make many new friends and you will meet extraordinary people. You will be wowed by their intellect. You will meet famous people at different times in your life. You will meet cool people. You will meet people who will challenge you both personally and professionally. But at the end of the day, surround yourself with authentic people. You'll be better for it. No matter how successful you may become, you will always need people around you that you can trust and people who will be there for you. You'll need genuine, authentic people. These will be the people who will be there for you when you are not only share good news with them, but also when you share bad news with them. Authentic people will be there for you. They will be good for your soul. As I close out my remarks, I want to say a few words about your evolving relationship to Hill. Come back to us. Come back to visit. We want to see you. Stay in touch with your classmates and stay in touch with the school. Connect with other Hill alums in your area and region, wherever that may be. You will indeed see that Hill ties never sever. This is our home, but more importantly, it is your home as well. We want you to come back for visits, and we want to see you with your classmates sharing stories at reunions or Elville weekends. Cherish the remaining time with all of your classmates. You never know who you'll end up in a group chat with or go on vacation with 35 years from now. One last thing. Bring your Hillness to your new school, to your new friends, and to your new communities. Your Hillness will shine a brightness on your new people and on your new communities. I promise you it will. Thank you, we love you, and Godspeed.
Thank you, Mr. Eccleston. On behalf of the class of 2024, I would also like to welcome home all Hill alumni who are here on behalf with us today, both in person and virtually. Thank you for joining us on this extraordinary morning. Today, we continue two traditions which began in 2017. First, each member of the sixth form will be inducted personally or remotely into the Hill School Alumni Association by an alumnus or an alumna, a demonstration of the first of many Hill ties that will continue to connect you with Hill as you embark on your life beyond this beautiful campus. Second, in addition to receiving your official Hill tie or Hill scarf, you will also find a class of 2024 lapel pin on your place setting. This pin commemorates you as a class. And though it is relatively small, it symbolizes something very big: your entry into the Hill School Alumni Association. I hope you will treasure and safeguard this pin as an emblem of your Hill ties. I would now like to invite Mrs. Doherty and Mrs. Neiswender, your forum deans, to the podium to lead the alumni induction ceremony.
Thank you. Good morning. Just a couple announcements before we begin. The first is, if some off chance your alumnus or alumni is not here, I'm sure there is a happy alumni at the table that will pin you if that's happening. Second, the photos on the table are yours. We hope that you will take them as keepsakes with you today. And the last thing is, we ask that you save an amazing round of applause at the end of the induction for each of our new alumni. Thank you. All right, here we go. George Acklin, inducted by Tommy McDonough. Please stand. Sarah Anthony, inducted by Rose Flaherty. William Antipas, inducted by Will Schneider and William Stevens. Hudson Aton, inducted by Aiden Neiswender and Jason Joe. Emily Avery, inducted by Jillian Richards. M.K. Barnhart, inducted by Bella Basil and Colette Zedek. Where are they? Oh, they did. You're fast. Okay. Carrington Barnaby, inducted by Maeve Redman and Carrie Elliott. Nick Blaylock, inducted by Noah Macier. Bates Bland, inducted by Shannon Ruan. Joy Booth Genthy, inducted by Bennett Booth Genthy and Cal Booth Genthy. Cameron Bourne, inducted by Marshall Wallach. And Noah Maselang. Derek Boyd Voles, inducted by Mac Hagemeyer. Again by Noah Maselang. Okay, what are we on now? I missed it. Okay, Lindsay Boyle, inducted by Carly Mullaney. Nick Bressi, inducted by Rocco Bressi and Nicholas Valeray. Brody Brunner, inducted by Dennis McGuire. Grace Capecci, inducted by Paige Hartshorn. Araya Cazore, inducted by Jordi Rivera. Cliff Chapman, inducted by Dave Page. Kyle Chen, inducted by Tom McCabe. Audrey Choi, inducted by Lulu Nakagawa and Zara Chagall. Okay. Faisal Chandri, inducted by Kunal Patel, Jamie Olson, Aiden Day, Gavin Grady, and Alejandro Schmidt Cañola. Thank you. And next we have Ian Cho, inducted by Benji Wang. Is it Colum? Clayton Clayton Cullum, inducted by Ariel Ackerman.
I'm glad I have my progressives on. Okay. Oh, you forgot Garrett.
Yeah, Garrett.
Okay, I'll do Garrett. Garrett Conley. Is Garrett here? Yay. Dave Page inducting Garrett Conley. Anna Cowan, inducted by L. Molyneux. Is that on? Yimi Dang, inducted by Elizabeth Hudak. John Danks, inducted by Jim O'Melia. Logan Davis, inducted by Graham Davis. Danny Desart, inducted by Manaya Person Henderson. Belle DiCampello, inducted by Ariana Bodge. Bree Diddy, inducted by Sarah Kenven. Colby Dobeck, inducted by Nick Jarmaine and Pierce Hart. Hunter Falzon, this has been my night, inducted by Noah Maceleg. Thank goodness for Noah. Cece Fang, inducted by Cecile Wegman and Ariana Polishkova. Jake Fleck, inducted by Rosa Rodriguez Ristori, Aiden Ma, George Burkhoff, and Andres Aravallo. Gage B. Gaither, inducted by Avery Regner and Haley Gable. Maddox Garahy, inducted by Katrina Miller. Damian Genikis, inducted by Bill Yinger. Smina Gill, inducted by Dami Adabona and Amanda Sprague. Harrison Goki, inducted by Mike Leisure and Dan McMains. I feel like I'm missing really good pictures. Oh, Sasha Goldberg, inducted by Kelly Dempsey. They're so far away, it's hard to see them. Pranaya Govindaraj, inducted by Maya Brigandy. Katie Gray, inducted by Ella Grindle, inducted by Mallory Horner. Jesse Gulati, inducted by Alexandra Gulati. Frankie Halvey, inducted by Grant Lupian. Okay. Sophie Harberson, inducted by Justin Mullen. What, am I missing something? I saw Justin. Okay. Brooke Heck, inducted by Kim Munzingo, Piper Schmidt, and Max Sims. Okay. Gavin Heck, inducted by Homer Royer. Okay. And Emma Herzog, inducted by Lizzie Hopper.
I know. Abby Hicks, inducted by Emily Kirshner and Emma Lewis. Katie Hicks, inducted by Emma Lewis. Evelyn Higgins, inducted by Al Molyneux. Xander Hoyshik, inducted by Pat Patterson. Ryan Holiday, inducted by Benjamin Holiday. Nemo Holmes, inducted by Graham Davis. Teo Holoesco, inducted by Teo Holoesco, inducted by Justin Mullen. Harrison Ha, inducted by Mickey Osada. Amanda Hudek, inducted by Elizabeth Hudek. Mia Jacobs, inducted by Riley Neiswender and Amanda Nordhoy. Jonathan Jean, inducted by Colin Brown. Ryan Zhang, inducted by Jeff Neese. Winlon Jin, inducted by Carolyn McNay. Akhil Kakithapu, inducted by Aman Gupta. Rowan Karras, inducted by Colette Zedek. Lucas Kim, inducted by Chris Chavone and Zach Rubenzall. Tyler Kirk, inducted by Billy Kirk. Shane Kredovich, inducted by Colin Brown. Nicole Kwan, inducted by Anna Carroll. Artem Kizilov, inducted by Grant McCormack. Nora Lake, inducted by Emily Fairfield. Ella Lee, inducted by Paul Lee. Jeremy Lee, inducted by Ben Bala. And Ryan Park. Mark Linhart, inducted by Noah Mesalag. Oh, sorry, Mac. You should see the size of this font. Shunji Lewandowski, inducted by Andrew Lewandowski and Summer Lamb.
Okay. Emily Lee, inducted by Ben Bala and Tiffany Wong. Richard Liao, inducted by Benji Wong. Alex Lilienthal, inducted by Jason Zhou and Gavin Mumpana. Sai Lin, inducted by Max Selm and Andres Aravallo. Andre Lowe, inducted by Benji Wong, Will Schneider, and Casey Lee. I think we can just acknowledge Noah Maceleg for doing an amazing job today. Good job, Noah. Okay, Meg McMurray, inducted by Liz McMurray, Annabelle Schaefer, and Ella Scott. Meredith Marks, inducted by Lizzie Hopper. My favorite, Mateo Martinez Ostos, inducted by Javier Troncosco Bueno. He's my advisee. Holly Mason, inducted by Cordelia Davies. Colin Mattis, inducted by Jeff Neese. Nina McKenna, inducted by Gia Mancy, Rose Flaherty, and Kate McCaw. Tanner McKibben, inducted by Ben Balla. Colin McLenahan, inducted by John Gavotis. Morgan McMahon, inducted by John McMahon. Aaron Meadows, inducted by Caden White. It's a busy table. Ferris Miller, inducted by Effie Miller. Jose Montano, inducted by Mickey Osada and Mateo Contreras Diaz. Mason Moore, inducted by Max Moore, Liza Moore, Catherine Moore, and Chad Moore. Anders Mortensen, inducted by Benji Wong. Chloe Moser, inducted by Avery Regner. Is Mal up there? Is that next? Mal Motoyoshi? I want to make sure I'm doing it right. Okay. Mal Motoyoshi, inducted by Dami Adobona. Sela Muto, inducted by Maggie Klassen and Amanda Sprague. Audrey Nair, inducted by Carly Cabot. And Annie Wynn, inducted by Ryan Park.
Ni Win, inducted by Mi Win. Jack O'Brien, inducted by Brandon Spalding. Ashley O'Hara, inducted by Rose Flaherty. Josh Painter, inducted by Gabby Painter. Emil Palacios Alvarez, inducted by Zach Rubenzal and Ethan Ambrosi. Annika Palmer, inducted by Olivia Cimarelli and Isabel DiLiberti. Ariana Pearson, inducted by Marielle Pearson and Mark Pearson. Isaac Ramon, inducted by Nikhil Madhu. Michael Rapp, inducted by Kyle Regensburg. Charlie Roush, inducted by Julia Weiss. Kerr Redner, inducted by Chris Chavone and Zach Rubenthal. Tristan Reynolds, inducted by Anthony McMullen and Quinn Craig. Zach Rice, inducted by Ellie Rice. Lizzie Richter, inducted by Colette Zedek and Sarah Kenvin. Harrison Ritz, inducted by Jason Joe. Henry Ritz, inducted by Dave Hoffman. Price Savage, inducted by Kate Longo and Joey Astorino. Jaden Scarlatos, inducted by Reese Coleman and Emily Kirshner. Laura Scott, inducted by Nicole Moran and Marty Campagnati. UV Shaw, inducted by Nathan Talkin. Terry Shao, inducted by Thomas Bodone, Miki Osada, John Zhu. Dylan Sharma, inducted by Will Schneider and Gita Harada. Atticus Short, inducted by Mike Leisure. Adeline Sim, inducted by Ryan Park and Summer Lamb. David Slavchev, inducted by Jay Spencer and Alex Schwartz. Devin Smith, inducted by Manaya Pearson Henderson.
You're done. All right, here we go. Maddie Smith, inducted by Tom Eccleston. Marcus Smith, inducted by Lucas Steinmetz. Jackson Snap, inducted by Chris Chavone. Christopher Stackhouse, inducted by Tommy McDonough. Alex Stilo, inducted by Kelly Dempsey. Ben Sullivan, inducted by Aiden Sullivan and Kyle Sullivan. David Sun, inducted by Ryan Park and Jasmine Wang. Evan Sun, inducted by Casey Lee and Ryan Park. Van Tangway, inducted by Noah Masaleg. Reet Tharwani, inducted by Reva Tharwani. Reva. Oh, my second favorite. Cole Thomas, inducted by Max Sims and Max Elmore. Neil Thompson, inducted by Nigel Thompson. Ivorus Vuosis, inducted by Graham Davis. Devin Venera, inducted by Jake Voyner. Marcel Vernon, inducted by Alex Murray. Sophie Walsh, inducted by Mina Ali. Zach Warren, inducted by Jimmy Shao and Reagan Basil. Sam Wells, inducted by Lucas Steinmetz. Charlie Wilson, inducted by Bo Wilson. Adelaide Wan, inducted by Lulu Nakagawa. Timmy Woodward, inducted by Tom Eccleston. Vicky Zhao, inducted by Benji Wong and Casey Lee. Andy Yoon, inducted by Ryan Agnew. Brooke Zellen, inducted by Peyton Jobson. Sissy Zhen, inducted by Shannon Ruan. And last but not least, Lucas Zamochuk, inducted by Brandon Spalding, Nick Jarmaine, and Luke Wareham. Welcome to the Hill Alumni Association.
Okay. What time is it right now? They can leave their things on there. They can leave their,
It's like 11 o'clock.
they can leave their things on their tables. They can take the picture. Whatever really
Yeah.
That's what they're doing.
So we'll get over there by.
Leave their stuff. Leave their plates.
Okay, some last minute reminders. You can leave your plates on the table. Remember to take the pictures in the frames as well as your sweet little faces. We are sixth form. We are gonna go convene at the library steps for some official photos. And then I'm sure you all read my email last night, and that we'll follow the rest of our marching orders for rehearsals today. But come to the library steps, please. And do you have something to say, Mason?